What's up, C-Town? It is us. We are here. This is Uncut Uncensored. Actually, this is the livest hour on the radio. We're going to talk about it. We're going to be about it. And we're going to make sure that y'all get it all good. It's Uncut Uncensored. I'm your boy, D Boogie. I'm in the house. I got my favorite peoples in the house. You know, what's going on with, I got the beautiful lady in the house.
What's happening?
The star of the show.
I am not the star of the show.
The star of the show.
We are the stars of the show.
Come on, huh?
It's a team effort here.
It's a team effort?
It's a team effort.
Well,
There's no I in team.
Let me give you your props, though.
I'm not the star. We are the star.
Hey, bling, bling.
You know what?
Real talk, real talk. So we got the beautiful team in the house. Hey, Kiera, I know you with us, baby, but we'll see you next week.
Yeah, we miss you, girl. We miss you.
Yeah, we miss you, and you know, we say it's kind of rough out here right now, but we are here.
Yeah, she got stuck.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that happens to us, you know. Sometimes it happens. Hey, but check this out, though. I don't know if I say it once, I'm going to say it twice. My name is D Boogie. Once again, it's Uncut Uncensored. If you don't know where you at, you right here with us. You listening to 95.9 FM WOVU here in Cleveland, Ohio. And you can also stream us live if you like to through your Android or Apple app. I don't know if they got these Google phones or whatever, but go to your apps, download WOVU.org.
Yes, they have Google phones.
Okay, well,
everybody's not, part of the Apple cult.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I shout them out.
Please do. Don't be disrespectful to the Google and the Droid.
You know, I said,
I see you.
Whatever. But anyway, listen, you can make sure you download the app. We are streaming 24/7. It's WOVU.org. And once again, if you're old school, on your desktop, laptop, you can download. Well, there's no downloading. You can just go to WOVU.org.
Right, that's it.
All right, I'm through with my intro. Let's do this.
Oh man. So we doing this. Oh, we didn't give our IG. You want to put that out there?
Oh yeah, always. Yeah, you can go to IG, catch us at Uncut.Uncensored. You can go to YouTube, check us out, and see us at Relationship Talks, Uncut Uncensored.
Yepper.
Anything else, or where can they find you?
Oh, so y'all can check me out. Y'all can go to IG, follow me at Tosh_empowers.
And check me out at Donzon, the number 21.
And y'all can check the show out, most definitely, on IG. Like if you got some ideas, some suggestions, some comments, drop them. It's IG at Uncut.Uncensored.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you can catch Kiera at Tender10.
Tender10. Hit her up, y'all. Hit them DM. I'm sorry, Kiera. Well, you're not here, so I'm gonna take advantage of it. Maybe not. Maybe not hit her DM. She ain't here to give me that side eye, so I'm gonna just throw up under the bus today. No, I ain't gonna be like that. But anyway, so we diving in. All right, so look here. We love talking about relationships. That's what we do.
That's what we about.
That's what life is all about.
That's what we about.
Life is about growing, building, working together, and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you build and work together when your mate wants to control everything? Everything. The money, the house, the kids, the dog, your friends, where you go, what you eat, how you sit, how you talk, your family dynamics. I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm just saying, it's causing friction in families. You can't come to the family function because your mate got a problem. Listen here. It's real out here in these streets. I know a few people. The mate is a tyrant. Yes.
Dictator.
Yes, a dictator. Yes. And it has caused all kind of havoc. Families not talking to each other. All because of your mate. All because you picked this crazy. Is that wrong? I should probably.
You call him crazy. You crazy for picking her.
Crazy like
her.
crazy.
Yeah, picking her.
Picking him.
Right.
Sometimes maybe he didn't or she didn't see the crazy signs, and now you kind of knee deep in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe y'all got kids now. Maybe y'all got a house. Quarantine just exposed it. No, we ain't gonna put it on quarantine. We've been putting everything on quarantine.
Well, that have exposed a lot of things which we could maybe get into a little bit later.
Yeah, that is true
You
too.
know, being exposed.
Ooh, the good and the bad.
Oh my goodness.
But no, so how do you handle that? I imagine, it can be difficult for men and women. I can't even just say it's harder for the woman or it's harder for the man. Because, as a woman, I'll speak from a woman's point of view. If you with a man and, he wants to control everything, I think that is a symptom of maybe some major insecurities, major insecurities that you feel like you gotta have your hand,
right.
Maybe not literally, but figuratively speaking, around my neck, and you just won't let me live. You won't let me be.
Sound like a deficiency to me. You know what I'm saying? When people up here trying to control everything, they just trying to hold on to what they know and not willing to grow.
You say hold on to what they know and not willing to grow.
Yeah.
Did you try to rhyme that on purpose?
I mean, that's my flow.
That's shit. Okay.
So, but the people that are like that.
Yeah.
Their window is so small. What I mean by that is that they just know what they know and they're comfortable with what they know. And then they just want to stay in that little bitty box that they've already created for themselves.
Yeah.
And staying in that box, they're not thinking outside the box, and they want to, bring their person, the person that they're dealing with or living with or interacting with. They feel as if they got control over that person.
Right. Very true. Like I heard situations, I can remember, I heard a situation where, a chick was kicking it with a guy, whatever. I think it was married actually. And he didn't like her friends. And so he actually had the audacity to tell her he didn't want her hanging with them because he didn't like her. And she listened. I understand, relationships is all about a level of compromise.
Yeah, but maybe he had a good reason why he didn't like him, but...
Yeah, but she a grown woman, and you can't tell me who my friends can be. Now, you can voice your opinion. I can respect your opinion. I can even say, you know what? It might be some truth to your opinion, but this is my friend. And until maybe I see that she is no good for me, you can't tell me like I'm a kid that I can't go hang with her. So, you got people in relationships where they mates are dictating who their friends are.
Sometimes you got to leave some people alone.
I agree.
And I, want to stay, where we at. I agree for the most part about, people shouldn't dictate or tell other people what to do.
Right.
Especially grown folks.
Right.
That you chose to be with. But sometimes, the outsider may know something that you don't know about a friend or two.
So
or 3 or 4, since I'm rhyming like.
we gonna stop. Okay, so let me ask you this. You kicking it with a young lady.
Right.
Okay. Y'all serious.
Uh-huh.
And she said, you know what? I don't like him. I really think you should stop kicking it with him. I think you should stop hanging with him. Stop talking to him. What you gonna do, D-Boogie? You gonna listen?
I'm gonna ask her a question. I wanna know why she feel that way.
I get a bad vibe. He always keeping up some mess. He messy. He running around the streets. Like a loose cannon. He disrespectful. I don't like him, and I don't think you should hang with him.
Well, disrespectful like what? As far as I know, he cool. He hasn't done anything to disrespect you or I in our relationship. So
he's a disrespectful individual.
Disrespectful? What you mean?
I just don't like him.
Wow. Give me something. I'm gonna roll with you.
I ain't got nothing.
You just don't like him, huh?
You got that's what.
What you hear about my boy?
Now you wanna know?
Yeah.
So you gonna ask all those questions?
I wanna know. You know something I don't know.
I don't really know nothing. I heard. Here we go.
You heard?
I heard.
What you hear?
I heard that he be hitting on women.
You mean physically?
Yeah.
No. Do he?
That's what I heard.
Oh, you ain't gotta worry about him hitting on you. That's still my boy. I'll check it out because he shouldn't be touching anybody.
So basically your answer is no. You're not gonna stop talking to him.
Stop talking to him? You looking at me like that?
So basically,
I may not have a choice. The way you looking at me.
So basically, you're not gonna let your woman dictate who your friends can be.
No.
That's where I was going with that.
Oh, okay.
So, because at first you said, sometimes some people need to be left alone. And, sometimes, the person can see what you can't see. So that's why I asked you that.
Is that true? Is that true?
That is very true.
That's true.
That is very true.
But to your point.
Right.
Nobody gonna sit up and tell me.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So it's like.
With you.
You with me? Okay. So how should a person handle a mate that wants to control everything? I mean, I even know some families that a family member is not talking to another family member because of their mate, because of their spouse, because of the person that they with. And it's like, where do you, how do you draw that line? Where do you put your foot down? Mm-hmm. Because I think if you give a person too much, they're gonna run with it. Like, where do you, we want people to have healthy, happy, harmonious relationships, but we have people out here in these relationships and they miserable, because it's like, they may has like a major grip on their neck and they can't move. They can't make a decision. Mm-hmm. They have no voice in their relationships. I mean.
Wow, that's kind of messed up, and we got to figure out a way how we can help a person like that.
Without just saying leave.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's what I said. Without
saying anything. So we're gonna take a break and we're gonna figure out how we can help a person like that.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
You listening to WOVU 95.9, 95.9 FM.
Okay.
Uncut Uncensored.
Welcome back. Y'all listening to Uncut Uncensored. It's your girl Tasha. Again, y'all can check us out on YouTube at Relationship Talks, Uncut Uncensored. Did I miss something?
Relationship Talks, Uncut Uncensored.
Okay, clearly I don't know. Okay.
You did well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So we went to break, and we were talking about how can we help people, number one, identify, that you are in a controlling relationship. I think it's important to, number one, identify. You may not know it.
I can't figure out somebody don't know that. But
well,
okay, but we'll say they don't know. Okay.
Yeah, maybe you don't realize you're being, manipulated and controlled. Maybe it's like subtle, maybe it's,
Subtle.
Yeah, maybe
it
comes
up.
up.
Because
Well,
you can give me an example a little bit later. So number one, okay. How you want to do it? I am curious myself.
Okay.
I want to know how.
I'm glad you asked. I pulled some information up.
Oh, okay.
I did, but we're gonna come to that.
Okay.
So, and what can you do about it? Because a lot of times people feel trapped in these relationships and they feel like they really don't know what to do. Maybe you've been in it for a while. Maybe you have kids. Maybe you have so much invested financially and you really just don't know what to do.
Okay.
It takes me to the, what was that? The Dreamgirls, when Beyonce did the song Listen. And, and she was just saying how she didn't have a voice in the marriage, in the relationship, until she finally broke. And so we don't want people to get to a point in these relationships where they break. Maybe you feel like you've been talking and it's just not working, and so yeah, so we want to help you through it, and instead of me saying just leave. Because some relationships are worth working through, some are worth working for and fighting for. It's always going to be something in relationships because you have two imperfect people. Mm-hmm. You have your view, they have their view, mm-hmm. your perspective and their perspective. So you just got to kind of figure it out. So I want to read, this is actually from Psychology Today. So I'm not going to read all of them, but this is just for people who may be trying to figure out if you tripping, or maybe your partner is just, being a little over the top, and you're really trying to figure out, okay, are they really trying to control me? So here's just a few. Number one is isolating you from your friends and family. It may start subtly, but this is often the first step to a controlling person.
Wow.
Yeah, do they try to keep you away? Like everybody against you. Nobody has your best interest at heart. I'm the only one who understands you.
Trying to alienate you.
There you go.
Else.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So if you find yourself in that situation where your partner is he or she feels, that they are your life savior and
the superhero with a cape.
There you go.
I'll save you.
I'll save you. Number two, chronic criticism. Even for small things, criticism like isolation is also something that can start small. In fact, someone may try to convince themselves that their partner's criticism is warranted, or their partner is just trying to help them be a better person. So do you find that your partner is constantly criticizing everything that you do? You can't do nothing right. Even the things that you do right, not right. If you find yourself in those situations, coupled with number one, you might have...
So number one, alienating you from your friends.
Alienating you from your friends.
Criticizing you, criticizing you at constant.
Constant criticism.
Wow.
Yeah. And again, relationships are supposed to shine a light on things that you need to work on because, you're two imperfect people. And I believe, like the saying says, iron sharpens iron. So if you just got a person that's with you, that's always just stroking your ego, oh, you did a great job, but never can tell you the things that you do wrong, that's a problem. So you got to be able to take constructive criticism. But if it's always criticism and it's never, talking about the good that you do, that's a problem. Mm-hmm. Okay. So here's just a couple more. Number 3, making acceptance, caring, attractions conditional. I love you so much when you do X, Y, Z. If you did X, Y, Z, I will feel this way. But if you keep working out and lose a little bit more weight, you'll be more attractive. Yeah. Really. So those are just a couple things. We'll come back to that. So it's important, again, that, that I put these things out here because that goes for men and women, that get trapped in these relationships.
Absolutely.
And before you know it, you 5-10 years in.
So those are things that one could look out for.
Yes.
Just in case they don't get the stuff that's obvious.
Yes.
So first one was
alienating, isolation.
The second, constant criticism.
And
the third one was what?
You basically have to earn, their approval.
Okay.
I would love you so much if you do this. If you lose a little bit more weight. And again, this is not for me. This is from Psychology Today, which are licensed PhD doctors that have analyzed the mindset, the emotional behavior of individuals. And this isn't Tasha's opinion, for all the listeners out there. This isn't my opinion. I'm reading this from Psychology Today.
But your opinion is very valuable. Now we're gonna break it down for them.
Well, it ain't my opinion. If it hurts you, and if some of these things sting you, hey, this isn't my opinion. Good. Now, so now what do you do? Let's bring it in.
All right.
So now what do you do? If you listening and you like, Dad, I'm in that situation right now. What do I do?
Well, I hate to be in agreement with you, but if you find yourself in that situation and it ain't gonna change, you need to get up out that situation because...
Wow. Did you say that before me?
Yeah, I said I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, I got you. No, because I can't, personally, I don't need another grown person to tell me about, things that are sensitive to me, to have me in a conditional type of relationship with them. Yeah, baby, if you go out to the store and get me some milk, I could probably, man, that might work, but.
You said that might work,
yeah. But just being criticized.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know, and we may talk about this later, some of our exposed stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't need anybody to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, do what needs to be done and the condition with my guy.
Absolutely.
So, he's not telling me what to do.
Yeah.
But he's holding me accountable.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. What you got?
I agree. I think, it's important that, we have people in our lives whose voice matter, who I like to say will hold you accountable, who will, challenge you in areas that you need to be challenged. But like you said, you don't need anybody that's constantly, bringing up the negative, for the criticism part. And then, the whole isolation part, nobody can be your everything. That's a whole nother issue. So if you are with somebody and they just want to consume, your every moment, every they want to be with you. They don't have a life outside of you. Or maybe they have a life outside of you, but they're not allowing you to have a life outside of them.
Yeah, they tripping.
But it's people in relationships like that, you know, and it's unhealthy. So what I would say is to, number one, get real with yourself. You know, it's a long walk to the mirror, or it's a short walk, depending on how you look at it.
Mm-hmm. Can I jump in?
Go ahead.
And in addition to, get real with yourself, I think you need to get real with that partner.
Yeah.
You know, and say, hey, listen, why do you feel that you need to tell me, what to do, how to dress, what to say? Why do you feel that you need to tell me these things? I mean, is this some type of, what's your reason?
Yeah.
And then deal with whatever that reason can be. If the reason is me, then maybe I can work on it.
Yeah.
If the reason is you, then maybe I still need to work on it.
Yeah.
Because there is a reason for it. Now, and you get to pulling off the layers, and I feel as if it's 9 times out of 10, it's not the person that's being dictated to. It's actually the dictator.
Yeah.
And it's maybe something that in their past
Yeah.
that they feel, maybe through hurt, maybe through pain,
Yep.
that they feel they need to control and
Yeah.
control everything and every movement. Now, if you don't have confidence in me, no, we can
Yeah.
deal with that. But first, let's make sure. I would try to make sure that I want to see what's going on with this individual, and then let's figure this out before we give up on each other.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
some people want to be told, but that's
Yeah.
a problem in itself.
Yeah. That is.
You
That
know,
definitely.
So if you find yourself in a relationship, just
Yeah.
don't be afraid to because somebody want to tell you what to do and everything. Don't give them power to for you to feel as if you're subordinate and things of that nature.
Absolutely.
You need to begin to dig.
Yeah.
If you want to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. And I could not say that better. I definitely agree with that. And then it's like, how much of you are you willing? Like you said, okay, if it's me, I can work on it. If it's you, I can work on it. But how much of that are you willing to actually adjust? Because you don't want to adjust so much of you that you lose your own identity in trying to please this individual.
Right.
I do believe, relationships, again, are all about compromise. There's always things that, if you be real with yourself, that needs to be worked on.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever ran across this, but I've run across that you have a person that is pretty much a dictator in one relationship, but in another relationship, they're not.
Yeah.
They are the ones that are sitting and waiting for everything.
Yeah.
And those relationships can be a prior relationship that they were in, opposed to the newer relationship or relationship at the same time. Like, for example, man may be dictating to his wife and things of that nature, or his girl,
Right.
how I feel a woman should move, but then at the same time, he's getting dictated by maybe his sister, his mother, something
I
like
see
that.
what
You see
you're
what I'm
saying.
saying?
Yeah.
So it's
Wow.
it's something that's it's something that you want to dig deeper in,
Wow.
other than just to sit up here and say, hey, listen, I'm tired of this. But no, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
If it ain't for you, it ain't for you.
Yeah.
But say, hey, listen, what make you think that you can treat me
Yeah.
this way? You want to
Yeah.
dig into it. And I notice how you act when your mama say something.
Wow.
And,
That's deep.
So you got to really just.
But don't mama kind of have the right to a degree, right? To you gonna make that pay? Is that a fair comparison? I mean, because if moms say, okay, I need, moms need.
I mean, but see, we ain't talking about needs and wants. If mom says she needs something, it's a done deal.
Okay.
Ain't nothing to talk about. But mom don't need to be running how I run.
I see what you're saying.
My
Not
house,
controlling.
So,
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's what I'm talking about.
I see what you're
like
saying.
that.
I got it. So yeah, I got you. Where actually you allow your mom to dictate and run your life.
Or it could be a big sister.
Or
Our
big sister,
sisters
yeah.
get into,
That's
get,
true.
get into
Protective mode and
things of that nature, or they just want to be involved in
I got you.
everything you do. So, but my point is,
yeah.
it's a why.
Yeah.
It's a why, and you know, it's just not a why on why you're doing this, but also you can check yourself.
Yeah.
I need to also find the why of why you think you can do this to me.
Whew.
You know, so you got to look to yourself.
Where did it stem from?
Right.
Where's it coming
How
from?
how did I allow this person to feel as if they can do that? So let's take another break. Let's leave it right there. Why did I allow this person to feel as if they can do that?
Yeah.
It's Uncut Uncensored, y'all. Yeah, we back, y'all. We back. This is Uncut Uncensored. 95.9 FM. And we are streaming live, WOVU.org. Download the apps on your Android, iPhones, and check us out. Once you download that app, click on live, listen now, and you can hear us. You can also see us. They can see us. You can see me right now.
Right now.
You know, if I can't see me right now, but they'll be able to see me in a minute as I'm talking about right now.
There you go. Right.
And you go to YouTube. It's Relationship Talks, right? Uncut Uncensored. All right, so we got a great topic here today. We peel back on a little bit, you know, just to, you know, to help some people out there that's dealing with some things when they're dealing with a dictator, somebody that's trying to tell them exactly what to do all the time. From your shoes to your hair, to your nails, to love and care. Everything. Everything. So you're in this situation, right? That you're trying to figure out, okay, I had to do something. You dig? I had to do something that made this person think that they can get down with me like this. So that's where we at. So that's what you want to look at. I let my girl blend in. But that's where we at, then I'll jump back with you, okay?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you made some really deep points. You know, you mentioned the whole, you know, interaction between a person's mother and them, a person's siblings. You know, it's like, okay, how is it that, you know, you don't have no voice when it comes to, you know, your mom, your sister, your aunts? No voice. You shrink completely back. You come home, you bow down. You come home and you turn into a drill sergeant. So it's like, okay, what that's a huge difference. So now, the way you put it, D-Boogie, when this person who's being controlled goes and have this conversation with this mate, that's gonna be a touchy, rough conversation. But it must be had. Because see, now, again, you shining a light on some stuff that maybe the individual didn't know about.
Right.
Now you talking about really pulling back some layers. But it's got to be done. If this is a relationship you want, and if it's worth fighting for, and if it's worth having, like maybe this person is really good to you. Maybe they're good for you. You know, foundationally, everything is there solid. Spiritually, you know, emotionally. But this issue right here is causing a problem. It's busting at the seams.
Right.
So if you recognize that you having these issues, you got to bring it to the table. You can't continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, absolutely. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can't continue to try to sweep it under the rug. You know, because it's gonna keep growing. It's gonna become a cancer, and it's gonna spread to the point where there's nothing you're gonna be able to do with it, and you're gonna be forced to either stay in it and be miserable. And I'm gonna tell you, life is too short to be miserable.
And not only that, you're gonna be forced to stay in it to where it's not only affecting you as the only individual, but it can affect the other people that's in the home, children, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Even your relationships with people that you love, you know, your loved ones, etc.
Yeah.
So the you know, being exposed, the fear of the exposure, became too much worry about that. You know, you gotta just go ahead and say, hey, listen, you gotta make a stance.
Yeah.
Gotta make a stance.
Got to.
Unless that's what you like. But we talking about those that don't like.
Yeah, they don't like it.
So what are some things that perhaps could make a person think, or what did you do to allow yourself to get in that position?
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, it could be the finances or something like that. One person feel as if they the breadwinner, so they can tell you how to do. Maybe it may be your love making experience with this person, and they feel that hey, they can for whatever reason can dominate you outside of that arena. But you got to look at pretty much any and every angle. Why is it that this person feel they can do this to me?
I think from personal experiences, not so much with this particular topic, is that what I've learned, and what I'm still constantly learning, that I'm always in a state of learning, is that you have to nip situations in the bud, from the beginning. And I think, with a lot of situations, people that I've talked to, things that I've read, you let it go on too long. You didn't speak your truth.
You gotta recognize the sign when when you see the sign.
Yeah, when you see
it's
a sign.
Clue phone ringing.
Right, it's ringing. Say something.
Hello.
And I think too often, we talked about this a little bit. Since I'm a woman, I'll speak from a woman's point of view. Women don't want to come off a certain kind of way, but you have to speak your truth. I mean, you can speak your truth. You should speak your truth in love, but you have to speak your truth. If something bothers you, if something doesn't sit well with you, if you notice some stuff is not right, you have to nip it in the bud. You have to address it. It may not go over too well with that person. And if it don't go over well with that person and you've spoken it in love, now I'll be the first to say sometimes I really need to learn how to put a little more salt and seasoning on my words.
I like salt. You got enough.
Yeah, I got enough. I need to put a little sugar on my words. Let me say that. I'll be the first to admit that. See, I have a problem admitting my issues. I'm constantly a work in progress, and I own that.
We all are.
We all are. But but the goal is, to always speak your truth, speak it in love, speak it in humility, but speak it, because if you don't speak it, if you do not address the issue will address you.
I like that. And like you say, you got to speak it.
Yeah.
Because the universe delivers based upon what we think and speak. That's how things are manifest through those two things. But in addition, you got to not only speak it, you got to put action behind what you said. So if you said you don't like this, this and that, next time it happens, you ain't even need to say it. I'm gonna show you.
That's it.
I show you I don't like this.
That's it.
You talk about what I wear. No, I'm gonna wear what I like to wear.
Exactly.
You know what? When I met you, I was wearing this. Now you want me dress up like something different? Come on now. You should have told me that. You want everything. But no, this is what I like, and this is obviously what you like.
Exactly.
So I just. You all right?
I'm good.
Okay.
Look, because this is it's real. Again, there are definitely things that you have to compromise on, but you gotta, people are losing, their authenticity. I've you know what I mean? I've heard, again from a woman, I've heard many women say that they lost themselves in a relationship. They forgot who they were. They forgot what they like, what they enjoy, and what makes them happy.
Yeah, they go both ways.
I can only speak from a woman.
With the guys and everything, we like, hey, yeah, you saying such and such. Well, he got a, new boo or whatever, this and that and everything, and it's cool. You want to tend to what really makes you click and what really makes you happy.
Right.
But I got buddies that. Hey, yeah, man, she don't like it when I go out and do this and everything and blah, blah, blah. Hey, when you doing it when you're met?
Exactly.
Now, you got to respect your relationship.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You got to respect your relationship.
Yeah.
But, you just still got to be you. And being you will show a person that, as long as it's not hurting a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Being you will show a person, hey, listen, you tripping.
Exactly.
I ain't sitting up here telling you what to do, how to do it, So, what make you think you need to run everything?
Exactly.
It's crazy to me, man. It's
And you just have to speak it. Like, don't be afraid. I mean, I say so often I've heard many of women say, I don't want to say that because I don't want to scare them off. Or
you need to say that.
You need to say it. That's coming from a man, ladies.
Say that. Because you might be worried about scaring that man off.
Listen.
He's still trying to get close at that stage. That is the stage you say it.
Right. Exactly. At least you know what he's dealing with.
Right.
Y'all can work out the kinks as it goes along. Too often things don't get said. And I think, people end up, I know, because I've talked to these people, I've seen it, I've read it, people, you end up in these relationships a year, 2, 3, 4 down the line, and now you speaking on stuff that you had a problem with from the beginning, and now the person is like, well, Dad,
right.
I didn't know you felt like that.
You felt that.
Wait a minute, hold on, you mean to tell me you waited 2, 3, 5 years?
I don't like that.
I don't like that. So you've been pretending all this time.
Oh, man, you set me up.
See, that's a setup. And that's how I feel. That's a setup. Man. That's deception. I'd much rather you tell me what you don't like. This is for me. For people who like transparency, they like truth, they like it all on the table. If you got it all on the table, you can move from there. You can say, okay, I can work on this. Okay, I can meet you here with this. Or nah, this is my non-negotiable. But if you never put it on the table and you just trying to get down the aisle because you so fixated on getting down the aisle, you so fixated on the relationship, and you never voice your opinion, you're gonna have the marriage, you're gonna have the relationship, but it ain't gonna be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So ladies, I'm speaking to my ladies, listen, voice your truth. Do it in love. Put some seasoning, some sugar, put a little cherry on it, dress it up. Listen, I'll be the first, like I said, I'm still working on that whole dress up part. Because I'm going to tell you how I feel. I'm going to let it be known. Because it will never be a situation where you will say, Tasha, I didn't know you felt like that. Because I'm going to give you ample opportunities. You know how I feel about it. And if you keep doing it, if you keep saying it, maybe you just don't care how I feel. So ladies, speak your truth. Don't be afraid of the repercussions. If it remains, let it remain. If it don't, maybe it wasn't for you.
Yes, and I'm gonna say this, maybe a little humor in it, but the reality is this. If you are allowing someone, this is for a man, for the fellas, and for the ladies at the same time. All right? If you are allowing someone to dictate to you on everything and you are unhappy with it, you are eventually going to do something to hurt that relationship, because you probably will find someone else that will listen to you and accept how you are and the things that you are important to you, so allow you to be you, and you may find yourself getting attached to that person. So just being fair, nip it in the bud with the person you're with before there's an error that may come about in a relationship that's not going to be good for anybody.
That's good. And I'm going to read a couple more things because I don't want people to think we're talking about like small things. Because there's always going to be stuff in relationships that you got to work through, you got to work on, but we're talking about like some real controlling things. So, an overactive scorecard. Again, this comes from Psychology Today. Mm-hmm. Let me say that again for the people in the back.
Let's say it together.
Psychology Today. So who's Psychology Today? A group of doctors, PhD, psychiatrists, psychologists, okay? They have studied human behavior, okay? All right. This isn't Tasha or D Boogie's opinion, okay? So, an overactive scorecard. Healthy, stable relationships have a sense of reciprocity, which means you give, I give. I let go, you let go. Built into them. It's inherent that you look out for each other and not keep a scorecard. Every time you do something to help the other one out, your partner is always tallying. So you always feel like your partner is throwing it up in your face, what they did for you, how they did it for you. They won't let you live without throwing this up in your face. That's a problem. Mm-hmm. Are you doing it because you want to, or are you doing it because you want to hold it over me because you want to control? Using guilt as a tool. Many controlling people are very skilled manipulators at making their partner's own emotions work in the controlling person's favor. If they can manipulate their partners into feeling a steady stream of guilt about everyday things, they can control them. So they always make you feel bad about feeling a certain kind of way, doing something, being something, wearing something. They are manipulating you. Okay? Last thing. I'm gonna read. Overactive jealousy, accusations, or paranoia. Constantly accusing. Now, we're not talking about some things. Maybe some stuff came up. You're human. You need to talk about those things. But if you haven't been doing anything and you just being accused for no reason, constantly, that's a problem. Maybe they doing something. Maybe you need to check their DMs while they trying to check yours.
Yeah, figure it out.
So these are just some of the things, that people are dealing with when you are dealing with a controlling partner that wants to control every aspect of how you live and how you breathe. Now again, there's always going to be some give and take in relationships. That's not what we're saying. But we're talking about the controlling partner who wants to control your movements, where you go, who you hang out with, how you dress, how you wear your hair, what shoes to wear, where you eat, all of those things. To some who've never experienced this or never read about it or never saw it, it may seem like it's a lot. But believe it or not, people, this is happening. So we want people to identify these things and take a look in the mirror. How did you get here? You mentioned that before. How did you get here? How did you get to this relationship where you keep bending over backwards and is not healthy? So I think we need to talk about that for a minute because it's important. I feel like sometimes people get like I said a minute ago. I'm sorry, I was getting a message. I think somebody want to chime in, but I'll come back to that. But so often people get caught up in the whole relationship aspect of it that you lose yourself. And even for the fellas, I've seen guys. They want to be married so bad. They want to be in a relationship, especially after you've come through some bad relationships.
Guys.
See, people don't talk enough about the fact that, yes, D-Boogie, come on now, don't act like that. You don't know no bras that have been in some bad relationships.
Yeah.
But they want a good one. They want to be in a relationship. And they with a person. Let me say it that way. Almost. They with a person. That's how you gonna sit up.
Yeah. Let me sit straight up.
You can talk to this. They with a person. She ain't right. She want to run, control, and you trying to figure out, did your boy get snipped? Yes, I said it. Yes.
Now, am I in a bad relationship or my boy?
No, you know good well. Seriously. Are you gonna sit up like that looking
straight? Looking at you.
No, I'm saying you know some people, some guys, You done seen it. Good dudes. A good woman would be happy to have him. And he wants to be married. Or he wants to be in at least a fulfilling relationship.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And he's with a woman. And you trying to figure out, did dude get snipped? Y'all having secret conversations. I done heard them. Not from you. Let me say that. I don't want nobody to think. Not from D-Boogie people. Not from D-Boogie. But I've heard guys talk about they male friends like, man, listen, girly got his.
You know what? Let me help you out here.
Come on.
You're absolutely right. Guys that want to, that's in a relationship, and that relationship is not working for them, and they want a great relationship. Basically, it's like you say all the time with guys, and hey, listen, man. Try to figure out what you can do. Don't let this girl do this to you. I don't know what she got over you, but you need to take control of it. You got to do something because, you are hooked and you ain't right. You ain't the same. Every time you come around,
wow,
you talking about this, this and that. I mean, we trying to tell you, trying to help you out. I just say in a case like that, best thing to do is say it.
So how was that received when you tell a guy, basically you telling a dude, your woman got your henpecked? dude, man up.
You know, let's talk about that. What I want to do is take one more break, and then we'll ride the show out. Everybody listen to Uncut Uncensored. I want to talk about that.
Okay.
These henpecked Negroes.
Woo!
Yeah, we back. This is 95.9 FM WOVU, and you listen to Uncut Uncensored. And right now we at the part of the show. We want to talk about those henpecked Negroes. Henpecked Negroes. They do exist. And brothers, if you think you fall into that category, you already know. You already know.
So if you think you falling, you already know?
You already know. So this ain't for those that are in that category because they already know. They know where they at.
You think they know they henpecked?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They know.
You gonna make that? Go ahead. Okay.
I mean, they've been told everything to do, when to do it, how to do it. And, and they're doing that basically thinking they're pleasing a woman. And in essence, the woman's not respecting you.
Exactly.
But brothers that are like that, you have to set your own schedule. Do your thing. Whatever you do, just do your thing. Still take care of your woman, but do your thing. Find something to do. Matter of fact, do something with her different than what she says or she throws at that she likes. You gotta like my boy say all the time, gotta man up. Man up. You gotta do that. Because you don't want to be that guy that have to sneak around your own house, that you paying all the bills, half the bills, or some of the bills.
Right.
You don't want to be that brother that, well, let me talk to you later, bro. She just walked in the room, whatever. Because a woman is not going to respect.
Not at all.
And why you think you're doing the right thing for her?
No, she's not going to respect.
She talking about, I got him locked down.
Yes.
I got him locked down. Hey, I was that dude one time because I felt, I did, and one time.
And I've been knowing you a very long time. I can't even imagine that.
That's why I'm like how I am now.
Oh. This is what we doing.
Right.
I can't imagine that.
That's why I'm like, I was like that before. Try to do everything to please my wife and everything that I felt was pleasing to her.
Yeah.
All in all, it cost me dignity amongst peers and things of that nature. So, but I was able to, as I was still with her, manage and change that.
Wow. See, that's good.
So, but that was real.
I need you to. So one of our listeners. So here's what one of our listeners put. Since you say you have experience in that, you went through that. Her question is, if a woman doesn't respect a man, she says she questions why the man would allow himself to be henpecked.
Right.
A man needs respect. So since you have experience in that, how did you, recognize that, and why did you, allow it, or to answer her question?
I didn't really know any better. I thought it was the thing to do.
Right.
We joke about it all the time, but I'm serious about it. Sugar and spice and everything else.
You really believe that, huh?
Yeah, one time, yeah.
Wow.
Like, y'all had me thinking that. So. But the reality behind it is that once you recognize it, I just had to make the change. And I had to do it for me.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, I had to do it for me, and I knew if I did it for me, that could probably help the relationship.
Wow.
But I had to do it for me because I felt, not shame, but I felt unworthy of things. And I felt like anything that I was getting or receiving, I didn't feel as I deserved them.
Wow.
Start feeling like, hey, I'm lucky. I'm lucky to have it. And what I realized, as time went on through a lot of pain and hurt, that I need to do what I need to do.
That's right.
Man, this topic's starting to get real good right now.
That's good. That's deep. I think,
Yeah.
sharing that is going to help a lot of guys, because it's a lot of guys out here in these situations. We talk a lot about, women, and one of our listeners said unworthy is a strong word, but it's respected. We talk a lot about women, but we don't spend enough time talking about guys that have been in relationships like this. I mean, you a good dude. I've been knowing you a long time. And so, like you said, you feel like you're doing the right thing. And I read an article, and I know we running out of time. I read an article, and the article, it said, why are good men being ruined by ratchet chicks? This was the article.
They know how to locate them.
We gonna come back and talk about that.
Because the good dudes go to where the ratchet chicks are at.
Clearly, like what the ratchets putting down. I'm just saying. But, we out of time. We definitely got to come back to this. This is, fellas, if you find yourself in that situation, like D Boogie said, he can speak to the guys. Ladies, if you find yourself in a situation, another one of our listeners, she put here also, she said, some people like being controlled because it eliminates personal responsibility. She said they don't trust themselves, so they allow someone else to manage their lives.
Whoa, that's deep.
Yeah, we got to thank you. Leola.
Yeah.
She's a faithful listener, and she be dropping some jewels, girl. We might have you in on the show one day.
Yeah, Lilo. I know Lilo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, come on through sometime. You're always welcome.
There you go. So yeah, she definitely dropped it. She said they don't want to accept responsibility. They can't control their own life, so you let somebody else control it. So in closing, I'll speak to the ladies. Ladies, get control of your life. Find out what makes you happy. What makes you tick. What's your love outside of this relationship? And then maybe if you can figure that out, then you won't feel, like you have to be controlled and like you're unworthy.
And that's good enough for the guys. Hey, this is Uncut Uncensored. We'll see y'all next time. Peace and love.